distinguished colleagues, it's my pleasure to lead this debate. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, permit me to lead the debate on the general principles relating to the establishment of the Federal University of Arts, Culture, Science, Tourism, Ibarauke, Ondo State. The Senate will recall that the bill was read for the first time in this hallowed chamber on Tuesday, 4th June 2024. The establishment of this university is informed by the need to create more access to university education for our teeming youth. Education is the sure means of developing individual potentials, and it is the greatest investment a nation can make to quicken its economic, political, social, and human development. In view of the large number of qualified candidates who are annually stranded because of their inability to gain admission into the few and affordable institutions of higher learning, the establishment of the Federal University of Arts, Culture, Science, Tourism, Ibarauke, Ondo State shall reduce youth restiveness and illiteracy levels. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the establishment of the Federal University of Arts, Culture, Science, and Tourism, Ibarauke, Ondo State, will provide our youth with opportunities for higher education with respect to arts, culture, and tourism. The objectives of the Federal University of Arts, Culture, Science, and Tourism, Ibarauke, Ondo State shall be: 1, to encourage the advancement of learning without discrimination of race, sex, creed, or political conviction. 2, to develop and offer academic and professional programs leading to the award of first degrees, postgraduate research, and diploma in arts, culture, science, and tourism. 3, to provide full-time courses, teach, research, instruct, and train students in arts, culture, science, and tourism. 4, to carry out research, promote, and encourage award of scholarships. 5, provide course of instruction and other facilities for the pursuit of learning in arts, culture, science, and tourism. 6, encourage the advancement of learning. 7, develop and conduct courses for training of students. 8, conduct examination and grant certificates to students who have passed and completed an approved course of study of the institution. And lastly, undertake other activities appropriate for a university of the highest standards. Mr. President, respected colleagues, this university, when established, would be among other relevant courses, offer specialized courses tailored to the needs of Nigeria in arts, culture, science, and tourism. The federal government of Nigeria has itself placed a premium on tourism, arts, and culture by the creation of a Ministry of Arts, Culture, Tourism, and Creative Economy. This is a clear indication of the importance which the federal government of Nigeria places on the development and promotion of arts, culture, and the tourism industry. My dear distinguished colleagues, tourism is without doubt a great foreign exchange earner for any country. There are countries in the world whose foreign exchange is derived principally from tourism. An example in Africa is Mauritius. The first step that the UAE took to attract foreign investment was to develop its tourism industry. I dare say that one of the drawbacks we have experienced in the tourism industry is the lack of well-trained personnel. This university seeks to address and promote arts and culture. It is going to be the first of its kind in Nigeria. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I urge you all to support this bill as detailed in the objectives of the university. The university shall further advance knowledge through research, promote our arts, culture, science, and tourism. Mr. President, and my distinguished colleagues, may I state that this bill has no extraordinary budgetary demand other than the ones that federal government has been provided for in its respective national budget. However, in compliance with Order 776, Sub-Rule 3 of the Senate Standing Rules, please find attached as Annex 1 the financial implication to the government accordingly. I must, however, inform you all, my distinguished colleagues, that the Igbo community itself constructed buildings to house some of the departments and offices that are required to establish this university. This shows without doubt the importance which the community, like the federal government, places on development of arts, culture, and tourism. Mr. President, and my distinguished colleagues, I urge you to give this bill the expeditious support and approval it deserves in view of its peculiar nature and importance to the growth and development of our country. Thank you very much for your support and kind attention. Thank you,
Distinguished Senator Daniel, representing Ogo East Senatorial District. And I stand to second the motion and the bill by Senator Adegbomi on the establishment of the Federal University of Arts, Culture, Science, and tourism. Apart from seconding this motion, I also like to appeal to my colleagues to kindly overwhelmingly support this specialized institution. As has already been clearly explained, there was a time when most of the things that we concentrated upon were courses like law, medicine, engineering, and so on and so forth. But if you look at the recent world order, things that has to do with arts and culture have more or less taken over in terms of the capacity to generate income for our environment. And like the mover also explained, there are quite a number of countries whose only means of livelihood is tourism. And clearly Nigeria has abundant potentials for tourism, for which we lack adequate manpower. I therefore think that if we can have a specialized institution like this, it will add a lot of value to the amount of income that will come to our environment. It will also help us in stemming the unprecedented youth unemployment which we have not just in Nigeria but virtually all over Africa. Mr. President, sir, I'd like to once again support that we go on with this bill.
Is there anybody against the part? Those against say nay? The ayes have it. Clerk of the Senate. A bill for an act to establish a Federal University of Arts, Culture, Science, and Tourism in Ondo, Ondo State, and for other related matters, 2025, second reading. The bill is referred to the Committee on Health, Secondary, and Tertiary to report back within 4 weeks. Let me commend the sponsor of this bill, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Senator Adeni, for bringing forward this bill. It is really important that we continue to strengthen our educational system so that our people will be, so that we can enhance the human capital of our country. Human capital is what is really needed, is number one factor in the development of every nation. It's therefore important that we give premium, we give prominence to the development of our educational sector. And this institution, if established, will go a long way to help us to have trained people in various skills, tourism, arts, culture, science, that will help to develop our nation. It's therefore very important that we commend you for bringing forward this bill, and we hope that it will be given an expeditious passage, and the President will assent to it so that it will be established. Once again, we commend the Senate, commends you for bringing forward this bill. Thank you. Leader of the Senate.